Grand Rising, Kings, Queens, family, off pausers out there. Mr. Off Pause over here. Happiest married man on the planet. Yeah. So man, I told y'all we was gonna change up the format of how we do this morning motivation, man. And man, yeah, so we changed it to the Happily Married TV edition. You know what I mean? So yeah, so last week we was talking about communicating. This week we talking about supporting your spouse, man. And like all these days we're gonna talk about 5 different ways you can support your spouse. Like today we talk about like physically supporting them. Like, you know what I mean? Telling them they're doing a great job, you know what I mean? Advertising their products, you know what I mean? So let's talk about it, man. This broadcast is brought to you by Momentum with Jay. See how I do that? The broadcast is brought to you by Momentum with Jay. You can't have a moment without some momentum. Real distinguished gentlemen, distinguished book club, Happily Married TV, 5 Forks Up. Repeat after me. I am great. I am abundance. I am more than enough. I always think both. I focus on opportunities over obstacles. I am a money magnet. I am the shit. Yeah, so let's talk about it. So supporting your spouse, man, physically. Like talking about like when they say they about to do something, you go to their events, or you know what I'm saying, or you advertise their events for them, you know what I'm saying, you do everything physically. Like, you know what I mean, you talk about it to your friends, you see who interested, who ain't interested, you do it. You find out what people are looking at and looking into, and then you do it that way. Like, you know what I mean, like you support every aspect of their business or whatever they try to do, you support every aspect of it. If you got to invest, you invest. Whatever it takes. Like, but we just talking about physically today. Like, we're not talking about social media, financially, you know what I mean? We're not talking about none of that today. Emotionally, mentally, we're not talking about none of that. We're talking about physically. We're going to talk about the other ones though, but we're talking about physically today. Like, you know what I mean? Like when your significant other is talking about their plight or whatever, or whatever the thing that they're trying to accomplish or whatever they're getting into, do you support them? Do you know what I'm saying? Think about this. Are you a dream crusher? Do you uplift them? Which one do you do, man? Like, cause I mean, it's even on your bad days, man. You know what I mean? Like, and that's my thing, man. I support wifey regardless. Good days, bad days, it don't matter. I'm supporting her in what she's doing. She supporting me in what I'm doing. You know? And that's why I be like, are you physically supporting are you physically doing it? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like when it's an opportunity, and that's one of my things, man. Like when it's opportunity, I bring up people's names around opportunities. You know what I mean? Do you do that with your spouse or your friend or whatever relationship you in? Because this ain't just for married people. We talking about all kinds of relationships, friendships, business relationships, all of that. Do you bring up people around you when there's opportunities mentioned? You know what I mean? Like his wifey, she do apps. She's a leadership development coach. You know what I'm saying? So I bring all that up around people that if we talking about it, I be like, shit, wifey got this and do this and do this. And then she got her, you know what I'm saying? Like she got this degree and you know what I mean? So far as I go in, like with wifey, man, I go in. Cause I want her to make it if I don't. I want her to make it if I do. You know what I mean? Like I want her to have her own $1 million, you know what I mean? Her own $1 million or $1 billion entity. You know what I mean? So I be thinking about that, man. Like I support the shit out of wifey. I don't care what it is. She ain't really as reckless as me, But when she come up with something, she sticks to it. Like, she doing the clothing, like putting sayings or whatnot on clothing. So, you know what I'm saying? So I'm supporting that. If I got to make up design something or whatever, I'm going to do it. You know what I mean? Like, if she got, like I be bringing her up around people, like when people doing stuff, like, you see what I'm saying? Like, we got this thing called the Entrepreneurs Marketplace or whatever. Like, I be trying to talk her into going to that, like, you know what I'm saying? So I'm like all around. I'm trying to see my people, everybody I know, in a better place than they are. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want to see you in the same spot you was in last year, this year. You know what I'm saying? Or next year. I don't want to see you in the same spot next year that you was in this year. You know what I mean? I try to help people out to get above that and beyond that. So it's just a matter of, you know what I mean? You just got to think about, it's a little bit to think about, you know what I mean? Like, because my thing is, if she doing something that's like daunting or very meticulous and involved, then I'm gonna let her know. Don't get stressed out. You see what I'm saying? Like, this is all physical support. Like, if you need me to do something, I'll do it. You know what I mean? Just let me know. Like, stuff like that, man. Like, little stuff. Like, you know what I mean? So just when they, like, feeling overwhelmed, you let them know that there's somebody there in their corner that's gonna help them and support them. And you know what I mean? If it get too much for you, just sit back and let me, you know what I mean, tell me what I need to do and I'll do it. You know what I mean? So again, when I say physical support, I mean like getting the materials, going to when they drop, or have a little showcase. Not a little showcase, but if they have a showcase, you're going to their showcases. You know what I'm saying? You supporting them. If they talking about it at home, you like, yeah, that's a great idea. You know what I'm saying? And then you can also be like, if somebody come up with something, you can also be like, well, babe, that's a great idea. Did you think about this? Like, you know what I mean? Give them different aspects on it and different viewpoints. But don't tear their shit down. I'm telling you now, don't tear their shit down. That's just destructive as fuck for your whole relationship. Don't tear their shit down. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, build it up. Tell them they gonna be like the number one in the world. Like, you know what I mean? Whatever they doing. Like, wifey is a leadership developer. I told her, you're gonna be the number one leadership developer in the world. That's what you do. You don't have a choice, man. You can tear that shit down and be destructive as hell, but then how does that benefit your relationship? That's what we talking about, building strong relationships. We're not talking about just being out here like with nobody you can depend on or nobody you can trust or none of that. We talking about building strong ass relationships. People that you can depend on and people you trust that will come to you when you need them, or help you out when you need them, or tell you don't do something when you need it. You know what I mean? They ain't worried about pissing you off to make you feel comfortable or none of that. They worried about your safety. You know what I mean? But yeah, man. So we be telling, you know what I mean? We be doing that though, man. Like literally. Like, I support everything wifey do. I might not be as enthusiastic as I should be, but I told her that, I was explaining that to her yesterday. Like, the thing is, you may see something and you may think it's fucking hilarious, and I may see it and I'll be like, but then that don't mean that I don't like it, or I just don't find it as funny as you. That's it. Like, I had to explain that because she thought it was like I was dogging her shit or something. I'm like, no, I'm not dogging it. I'm just saying it's not as funny to me as it is to you. Like, you know what I'm saying? So don't take it as I'm like being negative about it. Just understanding my sense of humor is different than yours. You know what I mean? So yeah, man, great talk. But yeah, we talking about supporting your spouse or your friendship or your friend or your business relationship. We talking about supporting them physically today, man. So you know what I mean? Make an effort to support somebody physically today. Hey, you know what I mean? But yeah, man, great talk. Y'all have a great one, man. Y'all stay blessed out there. Smile a lot, laugh even more, have fun, enjoy life, man. Stay inspired and inspire somebody today. You know what I mean? No complaining. Enjoying life, man. Yeah, man. Y'all stay off pause out there, man. Because we off pause over here.